This is the Airhorn podcast. Gonna slow down and talk about going fast. It's another mountain biking podcast, and we sometimes answer questions you have. Listen at 1 1/4 speed. You can listen in any order you please. It might be the worst, it could be the best. Sometimes it's just me, sometimes there's a guest. It's the Airhorn podcast. You. Hey everybody, welcome to the Airhorn podcast. I know, what the heck is the Airhorn podcast? We're here with Tony from the Outsider MTB channel. I just kind of need to clear a couple of things up real quick before we get into this. The Airhorn podcast is normally its own channel, but I'm here with Tony from the Outsider MTB. He's got a whole bunch of like stuff going on, and I figured the main channel would kind of be the better place to do this.
I feel special, Alan.
Well, you should, because you are special. So Tony, you and I have not, like, other than some texts and whatnot, we haven't talked for a really long time. And I kind of knew what was coming with you because I'm one of your patrons on Patreon. If you don't really support this guy on Patreon, you should do that. I don't know. I have no link to point to, but anyway, I knew what was coming, so I was really excited to get you on the podcast and chat with you. So that's what we're doing. So,
well, thanks. Well, first of all, you know what's going on, not just because of Patreon. You make it sound like I haven't talked to you in like 2 years. we chat, we go chitter chatter daily, but we haven't ridden together or like hung out with a good hang like we usually do in a bit.
That's true.
So I clarify, Alan, you're normal people I don't talk to every day. You, I do.
That's true. We do. I mix up the messaging because, like, I'll be like, you'll text me, and then I'll also see stuff on Patreon and whatnot. So, like, I don't always remember where the information is coming from.
Or sometimes I'll text you and you'll just scream like a band lyric at me. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Poor Tony. I recently rediscovered my love for They Might Be Giants, and I was like, all caps, no explanation, just like sending like They Might Be Giants lyrics to Tony. Yeah. And he would just send me back like,
huh? Then I just got used to it. It's like, okay, he's jamming out.
Yeah, I'm just jamming out. Cool. Let me jump into the comments real quick, and then you and I will do a little bit of catch up. What do we got? Somebody's sharing their Stoke of the Week. Tony, you know that on the Airhorn podcast I have Stoke of the Week, which actually you should share yours in a minute. But Alex P says that he's seeing a real deal MTB video game coming out in February. Not a huge gamer, but the Riders Republic trailer looks sick. Has the Red Bull Rampage event and real bike companies like YT. Interesting. Cool. There's a new.
That'd be rad if it was something like 20 Pro Skater, but for non-biking.
Yeah. Have you seen Descenders?
No. Well, you showed me that. I haven't played it though.
It does feel like that. YT. What's YT? Have you heard of YT, Tony? I heard that's a bike company.
I've never heard it.
Somebody said something about a group ride. Matt said something about a group ride at Sky Park.
That's a Patreon secret. It's a group ride.
You're not supposed to say that. Paul the Punter's in the house. What's up, Paul? This guy is late. Paul? No, you're not late, Paul. You were early. We had that whole time change thing going on.
Oh, it's the worst.
Paul the professional. Good to see you, says Gons.
Paul the punker.
Paul the punk. Yeah. Let's see. A couple more comments here. The comments kind of mess me up because they move so much.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm not seeing those, so I'm like I'm in the other domain.
Are you not seeing you're not seeing the comments on the right there?
Hold on, let me see if I can see them now.
Yeah, there's like a little thing on the right.
Maybe it's because I'm not logged in.
Octodad? Tony just left. What happened? Okay, so we did have Tony here. Where did you go? Where did
I'm not messing with comments anymore. I went to look for the comments and I ran and I flew off. Right here.
Great. Okay, Tony's back.
All right.
Hey, Mike Card is here. I just kind of want to shout this guy out. Mike Card from The Path. You know Mike.
Oh yeah. What up, Mike?
Hey, Mike.
Good to see you, buddy.
No, Brandon built your bike. Mike built my bike for me.
Yep. The Remedy. Yeah, I just went and saw Mike this past weekend. I traded out some tires for some different tires, and that's a hint on my new bike, I guess.
Oh, so why don't we just jump into this, Tony? What's been going on? We know stuff's been going on with you.
Yeah. So I do know what YT is. It's a bike company, and they're, I just had my first reveal video this week. Kind of felt like an infomercial a little bit, but I got to unveil the channel sponsorship, which is going to be YT moving forward. And I'm more than flattered that they are willing to work with me and partner with me. I know that I'm not like one of the bigger channels, but they see potential and they're down to back it and, jump on board right now. And I'm hyped, man. This is crazy. That's how it feels. Feels crazy, right?
That is crazy. When you told me about that, I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, I kind of still like that. Like, I'm just kind of like going through it and being like, oh yeah, this is still happening. They still like me. Okay, I'll go. Yeah, man, it's awesome. Like, I met everyone down there. The mechanics are amazing. The warehouse is awesome. When the showroom's open, they have like kegs there for people to come and hang out, look at the bikes in the showroom. There's the San Clemente trails are right out the door. So there's plans to do some like group rides and team up with them for stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
They're only like 45 minutes from me. So it's like, ooh, worked out.
So what's the location that they have in San Clemente? Like, what is that? Because like they're a German company, right?
Right. Yeah, that's their US headquarters, which is pretty interesting. And that's right here in Southern California. They have one. They used to have like a Nevada kind of warehouse that Cam Zink was helping to run, but that's gone now. Now the headquarters for US and I think North America, if I'm not mistaken, is right here in Southern California. And then they have another YT mill that they just opened in the UK. So they have two now. But yeah, they're out of Germany.
Cool.
Pretty new company.
Cool. Yeah.
They've only been around for like 11 years or something like that. So making a name for themselves.
Although these days, like about 11 years for bike companies, like not that young or not that.
I guess so. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I guess I'm basing it off of the older ones. Like
Schwinn.
The early birds for sure. But yeah, okay. So I got into riding after they were already around. So I'm basing it off of the history before I was around. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't have the same history as mountain biking as I do from skating. So skating, I can date back brands of like no years. Like that's 1992 they were established. But to like look all this stuff up.
I think John Tomac was on that bike with the drop bar handles, and he was riding that one trail.
The mute grab. He was the first
the mute grab. Yeah. You know what's funny? I used to do a stalefish boneless. Can you imagine what a stalefish boneless is?
It's an ugly trick, Alan. I'm going to tell you. You're grabbing underneath your leg and then jumping. It sounds insane.
I used to do because the thing is I sucked at ollies. Like I could kind of ollie. Like I had functional ollies, but I didn't have like really good ollies. But like
the boneless is a good way to get around that, though. You could just yank that sucker and jump. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm. We got a couple of questions in here. Somebody asks about James Craig. Do you ever skate with James Craig?
No, but I've met him a bunch. He is a former professional skater for Blind, and then he was a team manager. And the last I heard, he was the marketing guy at Blind Skateboard. So I didn't know him really well, but I watched a lot of his video parts and stuff. Wow, that's definitely somebody asking from core skate industry right there for a skate background.
Yeah,
he's like our age or my age, and he's Yeah, he like did the same kind of thing where he's a professional skateboarder and he moved into the industry. A lot of people do that in sports, though, right? It's even mountain biking. Look at this guy. How did you get in here?
What's up? Oh, Paul, what are you doing? How did you get in here?
He like hacked the
Jeez.
code.
I decided that there was too much skateboarding chat on this mountain bike channel. I had enough of you plank pushers. I'm going to fix everything. No, but we can talk about Tony Hawk's. I bought Tony Hawk's the reboot. I haven't played it that much. Maybe when I come back from the UK.
I haven't played it. I feel like I played it so much when it came out. I overdid it, and then now I'm like, it'll still feel like that. That's how much I played it.
Is it? Did they really release THPS 1? Is that what it is?
I think it's 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Okay.
It's a combo pack. But you kind of play it and you kind of think, yeah, a lot of these levels are exactly the same, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay. I've just done this 5 times and now I'm going to do it again.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever do the park builder?
No, I'm not that kind of person to do that.
Yeah. I don't know, like, because I actually got to the point where like I just couldn't do stuff. I couldn't like get to different levels. So I eventually just started building my own parks and like skating them, and whatever.
No way. What's been going on? Tell me what's happening in your worlds. I was just editing this video and I was like, I'd quite like to talk to these guys. I wonder if they're up for it.
Yeah.
Well, we were Tony and I were talking earlier about like, so Tony's been full-time YouTuber for a little while now. And I'm sure that, and Paul, you'll probably be able to throw in on this as well. Although, so I'm sure a lot of people wonder, I know for me, it's like interesting what that life is like, right? For you, Tony, like, especially the transition going from like, okay, you had a job and now this is your job.
Yeah. I mean, mine kind of happened kind of by default because I lost my job, but but like, it was going to happen anyway. But like, here's the thing. I took it as an opportunity and moved it into the channel. And I will say, coming out of that and having the time to put into the channel and focus and create and have that as my main, avenue for creativity has definitely felt different. And I think it's added to the content I'm creating, I think, and where I'm at right now, to be honest with you, with like moving forward with the channel and making travel plans. Like I wouldn't have been able to do this stuff if I had something else taking up the other half of my brain and had my day job like I did. But with the added focus, but with that, I want to say, I don't know, you could say this, Paul, like it's not as interesting as people think. Like it's I don't know, like
I don't know. It's like it's definitely, you've got to switch your mindset to now being a creative person rather than having a structured Monday to Friday. It's like you've kind of got to, I guess it sounds rather cliche and a bit pretentious, but like when you see an opportunity, I was going to say inspiration, but I'll say opportunity because it sounds better. When you see an opportunity, you've kind of got to start chasing towards it and just like go for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's quite, I'm in 2 days time, I'm going to fly back to the homeland and spend the winter in the UK, right? Because I can't do anything else. Like if it snows, I can't do mountain biking or golf here. So my only option is to go to the UK, right?
It's a drier winter, right? It's a drier winter there. It's a
warmer. It's warmer.
Yeah.
There's no snow. There's no snow, so you can still do things. But I know I'm going to go home and it's going to be like 10 o'clock and I'm still in bed in the morning. And they're like, get up. And I'm like, no, but I was up till like 10, like doing this thing. Like it's not like such a structure. It's kind of like these ebbs and flows, really. And that's the hardest thing. But Tony, how often have you got up before 9 o'clock now?
Not often. So here's the thing. My wife works from home. So she wakes up around 8:30, and I'm not on that program. And I just had so much similarity to what you just said. Like sometimes if you feel it, and then I'll be up till 2, 3 in the morning working on an edit or working on a video or writing some stuff down, and then I'll sleep in till like 9, 9:30, 10, And I do feel like a little bit of guilt because I come from the 9 to 5 or whatever, but then you start to like adjust and you're like, no way, I'm just working off of my time instead of having to be forced to live within these 8-hour constraints. Like your world kind of opens up a little bit more. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna go on a ride this time and then I'm gonna work this, like your work day becomes the entire day, but with a lot more or less stress sometimes of packing it all into that little squadron, you know?
But Tony, you've been getting all these like kind of sponsored stays at hotels and stuff. They're just like showing up to your house, right, in limousines and like making that happen for you, right? Like,
I just sent them a clip to my channel and they begged me to come.
So that's like work, right?
It is. So like, that's the other part of it too, right? Well, like, there's a lot of stuff that goes behind the scenes that people don't see, like setting up travel events and working with partnerships and, you know, reaching out to hotels to see if they want to work with you and see if you can cut down on your budget to have them sponsor a week of channels and things like that. So that's new to me. That's something that's become nice and helped a lot, you know, with the channel and stuff. But that's all like me taking my marketing background or whatever from my old job and trying to implement that into the channel and stuff like that too.
How do you? I have a hard time with things like that. I mean, I'm not full time, but anytime I have the opportunity to make a deal with somebody, and there should be some kind of equity there, always have a hard time like working up enough, like, I don't know, ego or self-worth to be like, no, this is worth something to you. Like, do you have to struggle? Do you struggle with that at all, or do you just do it? It's like,
oh, I don't. No, I'm like,
I know you don't, Paul.
It's not so much like, there's definitely a fine line with, I guess, the entitled kind of way of looking at things, which is very dangerous. But it's I would say it's more of a kind of an assumption. It's like, you know, if I want to do something at some peaks, I'm like, hey guys, hoping to come up for 4 days. Can you hook me up with some lift pass in the hotel, please? Mm-hmm. Just like, you just say it. And they're like, yep, sure. It's like, cool. And it's like, you're not like going, hey, I am this big YouTuber and I deserve all this stuff. Like, it's not about that. It's just kind of just saying it like, hey, yeah, I'm doing this. Can I please come and do this, please? Mm-hmm. And I think that's how you do it. But I mean, Alan, I've spent many years like just kind of, I've broken through the like, whoa, I got this hotel for free. Like, this is crazy. Right. Only because I've been doing it for such a long time. You know, with Pink Bike, it was like the facade gets wiped very quickly. And even when I was at Dirt Magazine, right, it was like, oh yeah, just this stuff happens, free lift tickets, like no big deal. So,
but it's also like equity there, right? Because like they're not just giving it to you. There's like a trade-off. Like you're bringing something to the table, right?
Yeah. For me, that's what I promised them. I mean, that's a partnership, right? I mean, you have to. That's what I'm curious. Like, Paul, do you have to pitch at all anymore to like get these things, or you already have relationships established, or is this too behind the scenes? I don't know.
I mean, the ones that I use, I've known them for a bit. Do you know what I mean? Like that's probably it. But like Vale, this year, like it was just like a nightmare. And I was like, okay, well, I just won't come and do anything. But I mean, they have bigger things going on, like COVID, obviously restrictions. And they're a publicly traded company, so I can see that. But there's definitely an attitude even before that where it's like, you guys are weird. So I'm just going to go work with people that aren't weird, and I'm going to move on with my day. Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like establishing relationships with places. So my little mini plan is to establish location-based areas to work with people so that I can plan out my trips and not have to do the whole talk you into working with me thing, because that's kind of like it's kind of mentally exhausting to keep doing that with people, because you have to keep explaining your worth when it's like, I'm going to send you an email with all the things that you should just see there, that like the numbers should speak for themselves sometimes. But
Tony, working at Etnies, come on, how many times were you on the other side of that?
Oh, a million.
How many emails did you use to get? Yeah. I have just learned how to kickflip today. Can I please get sponsored? Thank you.
And now I'm on the other end of that. Like,
right.
Well, open this email. Oh, open this one. You know.
But you
Totally.
you did have at least like Sports RX reached out to you directly though, didn't
Yeah, I've been lucky. There's some people that they're out down in San Diego and they reached out to me, and Simplistic reached out to me. YT was one that I went after though pretty hard. So I
Dude,
was
what
like,
was that like weird for you?
I mean, I treated it like I was at. This is going to sound weird. I treated it like I was at Etnies as in the marketing position. So I went about it exactly in the brain that I was at work, and that helped me because I didn't think of it like I'm just some guy. Like, I don't know. I treated it like a completely business opening, and that's what opened the door. And then it became a little bit easier to talk through. And I gave a full pitch deck meeting over Zoom for about an hour and a half, and laid out all the reasons. Yeah, it's pretty.
Paul, have you ever had to do that?
Yeah, like all the time, all the time. But when last year I helped other YouTubers with their sponsorships, so I was doing it even more. But like, yeah, right now it's a very difficult time, to be honest, Alan. I guess you can get a little exclusive from this little chat, because the bike industry is somewhat all over the place. Like, Tony's very lucky and has done very well in getting this deal with YT. By the way, this is a fun little fact. Did you do it with Inga?
No, but she was part of it. So she wasn't my Inga Kaufman. Yeah, she was on the call, on the Zoom meeting I was in.
Okay. Yeah. So do you know she has a twin sister?
No, I didn't.
And her twin sister works at Canyon.
What?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's like this hilarious, like there's the two big German direct salespeople, and you have one twin over here and one twin over here.
Well, right, because I think because Canyon's here, so are they?
Or
here?
Are
they're both here?
Are they actually two people?
Yeah, no, like, and they are like, they're insane. Like I never,
you never see them both in the same room.
I walked up behind Inga and been like, Kirsty? And she's like, no. I'm like, oh yeah, but they're great. Anyway, yeah, so bike industry, like, here's the thing. If I'm going to tell some people watching this, you're probably not going to get a bike for a long time.
Yeah,
I've heard lead times. I mean, these are all rumors. Don't take this as for real. But there have been some instances where I've heard some carbon fiber bikes won't be available to buy until Q3 of next year.
And Shimano parts as well. There's a bunch of like parts stuff that's like SKUs that are not going to be available till like September. They're talking.
I can't possibly comment on anything like that, being a Shimano person.
Oh, okay.
But in general, I have heard that it's like crazy. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see what's going on. But I imagine that could be a reason why no one is answering their emails.
Everybody, take care of your bikes, and if you don't already know how to, learn how to adjust your derailleur.
You know what's crazy? It's interesting you say that, because it's the first time I've ever seen on Insta and stuff shops saying, "Look, we have bikes." Like that's something that they're like saying out loud to people, and I didn't realize
like we actually have bikes.
Yeah, like you can come and buy a bike now, where it was like, okay, it's been that crazy. Because I don't know, I'm out of the loop a little bit. I have a bike, I'm not really looking to buy one, so I don't know what that's been like, and that must be pretty frustrating, because even last week's video when I announced the YT thing, everybody's saying like, I can't even buy one, take my money, like, here, I want to order it, like.
I've also seen some people in the chat of this live stream saying, when are the new ones coming in, Tony? So yeah.
Well, so I knew they are getting bikes. I was there, and they got a lot. They're getting, whenever the boat comes in, they're on boats right now. So I guess it just depends on that. So yeah, who knows?
Tony, we wanted to clear something up though. There was a bit of confusion around your last video, and I don't know if anybody else shared this confusion, but I thought that the two bikes that you showed were your bikes. Like, you had these two bikes, and then
do you not have those two bikes?
No, I had this conversation with Alan right before we went on, and I'm like, oh, that must be the weird thing that I do, where I was like, I was in tunnel vision, like, these are just obviously the demo bikes. These are me just picking out the bikes that I'm, what bike I want.
Oh
That's
no,
what it was.
I didn't get that from watching the video.
Oh wow! So,
I was
okay,
like,
so-
he's got a Jeff C and a Capra,
Mhm.
and then I was like, why do you have a Capra in SoCal? I was like, sure, Jeff C would be perfectly enough.
Yeah, no, actually, the Capra would be good around here. There's some gnarly trails in Laguna and stuff. But yeah, I don't want to get into the bike that I'm on right now because that's going to be I just finishing that for next week. But yeah, those aren't my bikes.
Right.
Those
So
were
we
like
don't actually know what bike the outsider has right now.
but I'm riding it now.
But we're gonna find out.
Yeah.
When are we gonna find out, Tony?
Monday. I'm gonna have it up Monday. But I've been riding it at the parks up here, and just did a first Laguna ride this past Monday. Finally, the weather here has chilled out a little bit, and it was nice. But yeah, sorry,
I have a question for both of you. That's a very interesting question. Now I've just been reminded of it. So both of you had a worldwide global super megastar featured in your videos in the form of Henry Golding.
Oh yeah,
star of Big Pictures stuff. How would you rate the success of those videos, and are you pleased, or are you kind of a bit disappointed with the numbers that you got at the end of it?
Just the video specifically?
Yeah.
Oh, it was an average video. It was just like
okay.
It was I mean, it's one that does okay and is in the searches and stuff like that, but it's not like if you're referring to like, wow, this video is gonna go insane. It's Henry Golding.
But like, did you have a bit? Because I would have been like, I've got a freaking movie star in a video.
No,
like,
I didn't expect. I didn't
had
expect it. I did not expect my video to do any better than any of the other videos, just because like, it was kind of outside of like the realm, right? It was a little too unexpected, you know.
Okay.
It's like if a YouTuber with like 100,000.
Those are the ones that do the best. Like the boom, check this out. That kind of feeling to it.
I think maybe if we were stepping into his world, like we're backstage at the blah 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 film,
but that doesn't have anything to do with mountain biking, so it wouldn't have. That would have been more change.
We're mountain biking extras in Henry Golding's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I think because he was like kind of brought into our realm, I don't know. It seemed like it didn't. I don't know. I just wasn't. I wasn't expecting it to do that well, and it did okay. You know?
I thought it had the chance.
What's that?
Which one? What video is yours called?
It's like
Tony's was really just a spot. I was just looking through his channel. Like, oh yeah,
Tony went all out. Tony went all out and was just like
I in this crazy rich Asian ride. I actually asked him about that before, and I'm like, "Are you cool with me doing this? Like, I'm gonna make a spectacle out of us right now." And he's like, "Yeah, go for it." Yeah. I actually, you know what? It's funny, Paul. I did think there was a chance that it might, because I really put a lot of time in that thumbnail, and I asked him specifically and sent it to him, and I try to make it fun. It's not doing bad, but it's like a slow burner, you know.
No, that wasn't. Hey, that wasn't the question, Tony. I said, are you pleased or disappointed with how it did? Both. So that's to both of you. To both.
I'm not gonna say disappointed because it did okay, but it was more. I really didn't. I didn't want to expect it to be that thing, so I went into it differently. I wasn't like, this is gonna be crazy. It was kind of like, let's see what happened, because honestly I used to be like that, and now for every video I think is gonna go do good, I get like sad, or I'll be surprised I'll be like surprised on the one that I had no idea was gonna do good sometimes. Like I can't tell anymore. I'm like, the thumbnail I take 2 hours or 3-4 hours to make, and then the one that I just throw in there, and I'm like, what the hell?
You can never equate the amount of time you put into a video with the amount of success that it's going to have. Like those two are just not equated. To answer your question though, I was pleased with how my video did. Because I was expecting it to do about average. I think it was also like I didn't really know Henry that well. I was just kind of along for the ride. Like Tony said, hey, we're gonna go ride by the way, Henry Golding's going to be there. And I was like, cool. And so I had to go like do a quick Google search and
Who
like
is
be like,
Henry Golding?
Henry Golding. And then I watched, what was the movie I watched?
The Gentleman.
The Gentleman. Yeah. So I watched
The
that like that
Gentleman.
night. Yeah. It's the most recent one with,
Guy Ritchie movie with
Guy Ritchie
McConaughey.
movie, it was okay. Like the movie was okay, but
Yeah, it's long.
well, it was no Snatch, but in any case,
No.
the
No.
but I didn't know him that well, and I was like reluctant to like play it up too much and do like crazy rich Asian mountain biker or whatever like that, you know. So, and I didn't know him. I didn't have any way to like even like ask him that, and so I probably would have played it up a little bit more, but like Tony had the opportunity to do that.
What's interesting though is that he was all in. Like for 3 months, we rode every single week, right? That's why I was like, dude, I got to do a video with you. Like he's progressing so well and he's confident. And this guy was like,
Yeah.
You know those people that are athletic that pick up things? Like he used to BMX when he was a kid, right? So he just like kind of took to it. He just had confidence. I was like, dude, he's gonna go with it. And then
he did shoots like shoots is like this like rock waterfall feature. Actually, Paul, you would find it to be like whatever. But this guy, like, how long have you been riding?
Only like a month, not even. And he did it. It's like one of our black trails.
Yeah, and he just like did it, and I was like, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden, every time I saw him, I was like, "You got to stick with it, Henry," because he was having a hard time with the climbs, really struggling with the stamina of it, and it was pretty brutal. But he got better and he got over that hump. So I was like, "Okay, we're good." And then I don't know, he just kind of like didn't get into it. He like fell off it a little bit. It was like full on and then dissipated. But we still chat, we still keep in touch and stuff. Like he's around. I'm just trying to get him back on the bike again.
Yeah, how did it get started though? Like.
He just reached out to me. He was like, it was like COVID, and he was just sitting home, and he bought a mountain bike, and my channel was fed to him, and he watched like every video, and he was like, "Hey!" And then I showed my wife. I'm like, he's got a check next to his name. Do you know who this is? And Henry's in the movies. She's like, yeah. Like she freaked out, and I was like, oh my god, he's in that movie. He's the lead guy in Crazy Rich Asians. And then all of a sudden, I was like, yeah, let's go ride. I was like, this could be interesting. Like this guy wants to go mountain biking. Okay, let's see what he's got.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, I kind of
the reason I bring it up is like I think like that is I think Brian has said it before, as in BKXC, is that like how mountain biking is going to get more in the mainstream is by these random celebrities taking it up and being it up. Like I know YT, they do like these random things that they give some. I don't know anything about MMA. Someone's already dogged me.
Right.
Apparently, I'm jogging on SoCal trails because I was like, "Why would you need the capper? Wouldn't it just be better?"
We got some gnarly stuff here, though.
Yeah,
for sure. I have seen it, but you'll actually see. I'm doing I just did like a who should buy an enduro video.
Right.
Oh yeah,
I just watched that. It was good.
Yeah. Wait till when I do my who should buy a trail bike video. I'm just going to be like, yeah, everyone. No one. I'm like,
right.
Everyone should just have a trail bike. Like,
do you do a down country bike?
I've got a cross country bike one coming.
Got it.
But
hey,
anyway,
what we talk about? I want to jump into the comment. What's that?
I feel I have to wrap this up. It's like Cartman singing that song in South Park. It's I think that getting these big celebrities like the movie stars. Like that getting in, I think that's going to do great for mountain biking as a whole, which is why I was very impressed with the fact that you guys did it. Like, I don't think I would have had the confidence to be like, would you want to be on my YouTube channel?
So you do it all the time, Paul. You do it all the time with all these professional mountain bikers and stuff. That's intimidating too, right? Like,
no, that's not the same. That's not for me. It's not the same.
Yeah. I guess it would be for me. Like if I saw like Miranda Miller and was like, "Hey, let's like I don't even know what I'd say," but like you're up there, like how do you know like people like Miranda Miller and Remy and stuff like that?
They live right 2 corners away from my house.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Whereas like, and that for us, like in, I guess like with Henry Golding, it's kind of like that, right? Because we're all in Southern California. So like that kind of stuff happens. By the way,
right now, go ahead.
it's the other reason I was kind of bringing up the stuff we were talking about a while ago. And really quick, everybody that's watching, I'm trying to get to the comments. We're going to get to the comments. I know like there's a bunch of questions. We're going to get to those. But there is something I'm working on with like kind of a local person who's somewhat famous, but I'm like trying to do it in a way that's like equitable for both of us. And that's kind of where I was like kind of
Who is it?
where I was talking about that. I'm not going to tell you here. Well, maybe I'll tell you like in
Is it
private.
Ash?
But
Can you like tell me in the Slack thing, and then I won't say who it is, but I will react to it and be like, "Wow!"
Is it Ash?
No, Ash isn't
He's not going to
famous.
say Tony. Tony's not going to say.
Ash isn't famous, is he? I mean, he's like
I
involved in
kinda.
like famous stuff.
I've been riding with this dude, Ash. The dude, this is straight up crazy. He's the dude that designed the next Batmobile and then Bat motorcycle. He's like an insane digital.
You follow his
artist,
Instagram? It's like crazy.
It's crazy the stuff he does. So I'm like trying to learn Premiere, and he like sent me this 20-minute video to get started. And I just feel like, dude, like this is so beneath you. Like this is insane that he sent this to me. It's crazy.
Oh, he made the video.
He like made the video and did like a walkthrough for me and sent it to me. Like,
okay.
like
he does a lot of the like tech graphic stuff like that you'll see like when you see like big screens up in like big Warner Brothers movies, and there's like and they're in the big control centers of the things. Like he does all that stuff. Okay,
That's so funny.
I'm gonna send this to you. But it's not a done deal yet. I'm just working on it. So it might not happen.
But so funny you'd say that. I have a friend, and his kids watch my video, and he's a big mountain biker around Squamish. He's done the visual effects for like movies on the Terminator movie that came out.
I wonder if they know each other.
They probably
they do. Yeah.
But he was just working on the new Jurassic Park movie.
Oh, nice.
But he's been pulled off that to work on some Amazon TV show or something.
There's another Jurassic Park coming out.
He just got. They definitely know each other.
Alan, I'm about to click on this, and this is my reaction to the name. Oh, cool. Yeah, I know him.
Alan, how come I don't know this?
But that's cool. That's cool.
I've been reluctant to. I didn't really mean to bring it up.
Cool.
But yeah, cool. Yeah,
I message saying, "Hey, go and you should do that video with MTB Alan. He's sweet."
Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. See, connections.
Is it Aaron Gwynn?
No, but that would be awesome.
We're not going to ruin it, Tony. We're not going to ruin it. Come on.
Okay, so somebody asked a question earlier about I want to find it. Somebody asked about what is the difference? How do you compare? There it is. This is going to be a SoCal question. Like, how does Aliso compare to Greer? I'm gonna leave that to you.
Go for it. Greer is more feeling like enduro park, and Aliso is definitely more of like you're climbing straight up for 20 minutes descent. Greer, you can kind of do laps more and things like that. Yeah. It's not as steep downhills. It's similar because it's rocky and loose, but the experience is a little different. Would you say Aliso is more steep and?
Yeah, Greer, you have to really keep your momentum, because like it's not as steep, so you don't have as much elevation loss, but it's also like it's really hard to find places to pedal because it is so rocky. Like when I see video of people riding in like the Northeast, where it's like kind of flat and rocky, it kind of reminds me of that. But I would say it looks a lot more fun than what they're riding. And Aliso is just like you're saying, it's just like straight down.
Are you talking about the Greer in Holston Creek in Holston Park?
No, it's like technically not really legal trails. It's in Murrieta area in Southern California.
It's actually Gwynn's home trails. If you ever see his videos, he's always
stuff. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool.
And it's kind of weird because it's a system of trails where it's not an incorporated part of a city, so it's not. There's like one section of it that's privately owned, but a lot of it is just kind of like county owned, and it's like in amongst like a couple of different municipalities. So it's not technically illegal to go over there. It is technically illegal to develop trails and build stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it's like
I have some pals that go that way, and they've told me what it's like. It sounds just almost impossible the way they painted it.
Yeah.
Just like there's so many areas of California, like Marin and blah blah blah. Yeah,
but they are some of the best designed trails around. Like we actually had some people come from the PNW actually, and we took them to Greer. You remember what those guys' names, Jonas or something?
I forget,
like that?
but I remember they're super hype.
The Jonas Brothers.
The Jonas Brothers. Yeah, we had the Jonas Brothers down at Greer Ranch, but they were total rippers, and they were like, they just couldn't believe like what that place was.
We brought Eric and Yuka there when they were through here too. They had a good time there too.
Yeah.
Cool.
What else you got? What else you got?
We got some bleed over with Octodad here from the Joey podcast.
You can go ahead and blame Shane why there's been no Joey podcast, because I've given him many opportunities, but he's too busy having life responsibilities. So yeah, that's why. We'll see how it goes, but we might not see one for the whole of winter if me and Shane have to do it together, and I go back to the UK.
That's
okay. So because this is the Airhorn podcast, we do have Stoke of the Week, which is like
Stoke of the Week.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's even a song. But why don't we do that? Like, what's something that happened this week that like got you stoked? It could be anything. It could be anything.
Do you want my real answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about my Stoke of the Week.
Why did I do this?
So I've been having some real problems with normally my 3-wood, where I kind of tend to pull hook it left, and it's kind of been a bit of a problem out on the course, and it's really affecting my scorecard. But in my lesson on Wednesday, we figured out what it is. I need to be rotating the forearms through and keeping the club head on the target line. There's nothing wrong with my backswing, which is what I was worried about. But actually, it's more the release of the club. So that's something that I'll be able to work on in the future. You wanted the real answer? That's the real answer.
I've got some friends that have just gotten into golfing full.
Tell them about my channel.
I will. And if you come here, if you come to SoCal riding, and then we'll take you golfing too sometime.
Look,
so.
We'll do all of that. Also, I just want to learn how to freaking ollie. I'm not even kidding. That would be a thing I would love to do before I'm 40. I have 7 years. I don't. Do you
know how to bunny hop?
Yeah.
It's like that, but on a skateboard.
No, but the reason that I even stopped trying to skateboard, I tried it for a decent amount of time when I was younger. Then my friend did a bunny hop over a skateboard, and I was like, that looks way easier. Well, that's how I started mountain biking. But,
so
yeah.
Tony, what's your Stoke of the Week?
It's gonna sound cliche. Obviously, I'm just hyped to have this new bike. I can't talk about it yet, but you know what? I'll get more detailed than that. I'm stoked to get the rattle I had in the bike figured out. So you think there's nothing worse for me than a friggin' chain slap or some kind of cable rattle, and I managed to pinpoint it and wrap it up. That's it.
What was it?
It was like just there's a chain guard on it, and I think the chain was like snapping, just tapping that thing while I was going downhill. It's just this small little tap, 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 tap. But once you get that,
sounds like a hose. That sounds like the kind of thing that a hose or a cable would make. If it's like a little tap, 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 tap.
Yeah,
and it could be in the frame as well, because sometimes they don't put in that. You get that.
He fixed it.
I didn't know.
Right. Okay.
Wait. No, I think I fixed
My bad.
No. Listen, Paul, you're actually right. I think I fixed it. It was such a thing that I had I called the YT mechanic and I asked for any suggestions, and he had a great suggestion. Like if it's the cable, undo the Allen bolt at the bottom, yank it down, and those little rubber bungees, stick them in there, and then play with that to make sure that it's not tapping anything inside. It could just be it's a little loose in the middle. Isn't it crazy? These little things that we have, we have the most beautiful bikes, but like this one little thing will get in my head, and I won't be able to forget it. Like
that's reasonable. That's reasonable.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't happen. Like pull over, cancel your ride, go home. It shouldn't happen. It's not good enough.
I agree. That's how I feel too. So I'm not crazy.
But
I used to be like that with my skateboard too.
it does
Yeah.
speak to like where bikes are at these days, you know?
Yeah.
Because like if you've been at the bike park and you've seen somebody on a bike that's like 10 years old and it just sounds like a box of tools being thrown
Yeah.
down the hill. And that's just the way they sounded, you know?
Mhm.
So it's really nice to have it quiet. Kerwin Warren shares this Stoke of the Week, which is going to Exchequer mountain bike park and hitting the 2 drops on a
yes.
trail called Down and Out. Do you know this bike park?
It's
I know
in
that.
California, right?
Excuse me?
I think it's in California, right?
Yeah, because that's where I first saw it on Brian and Alex's redemption thing last year, and then Eric and Yuka have been there as well. I think.
Yeah, that's where I've heard it.
It's the one in the field, right? It's the field one.
Mm-hmm. And there's you do laps in it. It doesn't have like a lift.
Yeah.
It's like a pedal one.
In case anybody's wondering, Paula Punter has a solid state drive in the back of his head that like has a register of every mountain bike YouTube video that's ever been put out. He watches all of them, records it, and can recall like details from them.
Memory bank.
Yeah, I don't know.
If I haven't watched the video, make a better thumbnail. That's literally that's my answer.
Dude, the thumbnail.
Yeah, it's so important.
This is oh shoot, not that one. It moved. Drew's Enthused Stoke of the Week. Jumping clinic with Rich and Rob Drew. Nice.
Oh, is that like an in-person one?
I guess.
An in-person jump clinic, or did they make a video? I think this Rob Drew, he's that guy from Phoenix, right? Rich Drew, 37,000 subscribers. Oh, I know why I know this name, because I got an email about doing a sponsored video, and the subject was this person's name, Rich Drew, and it was and I was like, huh?
I'm pretty sure I know this because for like 5 videos, he started calling his audience crew.
Oh, how dare he!
And I was like,
let's get this guy cancelled as soon as possible.
I was like, ooh.
1,000 subscribers. It doesn't. Okay, yeah. Where did they come from? Sorry, this is what this is running through my brain question. Out loud.
Why?
He did a bunch of how-to videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Sky Park in the rain. Paul, did you haven't ever have
driven past it?
You spent something? Huh?
I drove past it on the way to Big Bear. That's as close as me and Phil got to going there.
Yeah. Dude, I was so bummed like that I was busted off. I was broken off when you guys were in town.
I think I saw you from a distance because I recognized the clear, obvious facial hair because I bumped into Tony.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's cool. But then I guess we were just kind of going around all the places.
Yeah.
And I was still quite jet lagged from coming back from Europe. So I didn't know what was up and what was down, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just walking around with my cast on my arm, interviewing people and stuff. But I was actually pretty stoked on that. I ended up being pretty stoked on that because I normally just would have gone and ridden the whole time. So to like be a audience member and just like meet people and stuff was pretty rad.
My highlight was getting shown by some kids this trail off the back of Big Bear
which one?
Yeah, Tony's doing that. Yeah.
OG fall line.
I have no idea.
The OG fall line. Yeah,
I was just like
super steep and loose.
Yeah, it was just a lot of fun, and I was like, this is what I'm into. I was like, I can't do another riding down berms kind of thing, and just like not having enough speed to do any of the jumps. I wasn't good enough.
10 ply was open though when you were there.
Yeah, no, but it was the downhill race. So
that was probably crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And the funny thing was, I was like, I just dropped in, rolled through that trail straight away, and I was like, cool, done the trail now. And I wasn't even that bothered about doing the race until one run before I actually had to go and try. And I was like, oh, this would have been quite cool to try and go. And I was like, completely missed the boat on actually doing well at this. So yeah.
Did you do the DH race or the enduro race?
Yeah, the downhill race. Yeah.
I remember your video, Paul. You had some good stuff. They had the hip session with Cam.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
That was cool.
Yeah, I did really well. We got a lot of success about that out of that trip. Then promptly got dropped like 2 months later. So yeah.
I was trying to work that one.
Look at these videos, guys. There's like loads of views. Loads of people have seen them. Yeah, not interested. Cool, thanks.
That's
Wait,
so
who was
weird.
that?
That was
That's
Fox.
Fox.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Fox.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's too bad. I like Fox. I want to
That's how it goes.
I want to be Jordy Cortez when I grow up.
Oh, wrong Fox. That's Foxtail.
Foxtail.
I'm talking about Foxhead.
Foxhead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. But still, I want to be Jordy Cortez when I grow up.
Do you know? Yeah, I know Jordy. He's real sound. Have you got Fox? Oh, you don't, do you?
What?
If you had Fox suspension, I'd say like, when are you not doing anything? You should do a video with these YouTube guys.
I do.
Do you have Fox suspension? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I've got the.
Oh,
here's a little hint on my bike. I have the new.
Oh, it's got a 8.
Yeah.
You got that 38? Tony, 38s, it's only for hardcore enduro riders
It's only for pros, bro.
that go 40 miles an hour straight into walls. Like you shouldn't get it. It's only
true.
for hardcore pros.
It's true.
I have no business with it, actually.
So Tony showed me the video that Sky Park posted about me being naughty or nice. I don't know if you saw that, Paul. It's on their YouTube too.
Oh,
pretty good.
On Sky Park's YouTube.
Yeah.
So or on their Instagram.
So they did a really cool thing where they did a really fun mix where a while ago they were like asking for the name of a certain trail. They're like, what should we name this trail? And it's this trail that has like a green line and a double black diamond like line, and they kind of like crisscross.
Mm-hmm.
And all the black diamond stuff is all like wood features. It's basically like North Shore. And I said you should call it Naughty or Nice, like KNOTTY or nice, right? Goes along with Santa's Village. And they didn't say anything. They didn't respond or anything. And then like the next time I went up there, they had Naughty or Nice as the name of the trail. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So then recently I did a video called Hating Sky Park. And towards the end of it, I like mentioned that I never got credit for that. So they did this whole video where Santa's like doing a naughty or nice list. And they see my like hating Sky Park and he's like naughty. And then like they watch the rest of the video and he scratches it off and puts nice.
What's funny is I was Brad, who is the guy that was the marketing guy up there. He's grabbed me in the parking lot like last week and he's like, I need an MTB Allen sticker. I'm like, I usually have one or something. And they were trying to get it so they could put it on the sign.
Yeah.
So he like told me all about the video. That's why I don't know if you remember. I texted you. I was like, yeah. He wants us to drop off some stickers or something. I don't know. I was trying to like trick you into doing it, but I didn't give it away. But I think it came out pretty good.
Dude, go ahead.
Somebody asked the question like, why is Dylan Stark on the naughty
list?
Right.
That's what I was laughing.
I think he said that he like asked him. He called him. And he's like, do you want to be on the naughty list? And he's like, yeah. So there was actually a phone call to Dylan Stark.
That's funny.
He wanted to be on Santa's
because it's so
naughty
perfect.
Or nice list. It's
so perfect. Like that to me actually was the best detail of that video was like Dylan Stark being on the. Do you know who Dylan Stark is, Paul?
Oh, of course I do.
Okay.
He did. He dropped the famous stair set.
Yeah.
Thing. What's it called? What's the famous stair set called?
Is it El Toro?
El Toro, yeah. And they El Toro down the stairs.
Yeah. Famous skate spot. One of the most famous skate spots in the last.
I thought it was a scooter spot. I've just seen that. I'm messing.
Probably no. There's probably been everything. I've seen some.
Did some kid like front flip or back flip down it on a scooter?
And like whip it around or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but Dylan Stark.
I'm top pro in the world. I've been doing it.
I think somebody on a scooter just threw their scooter at somebody on a skateboard off of it.
Amazing.
Dylan Stark he did like a flip on the whale tail at Sky Park, which was like crazy.
Well, that's why he was on the naughty list. He went down with no brakes. He like rode the whole trail no brakes and then backflipped into the woods.
Yeah, he took a DJ.
Oh, blimey, O'Reilly. Better him than me. Yeah, it's very impressive. I have a question you should pull up.
Yeah, where's it?
It's by Keith Keith S. It says, Tony, are you keeping your Trek as a backup bike?
No.
Now, Tony, let me tell you what this is going to happen now that you have this bike. Is that you'll get loads of people asking you, what happened to the Trek? What happened to the Trek? And it's like, Tony, what have you done with the Trek?
I have
you sell it?
No,
you have
yeah,
it.
but I'm going to sell it. Yes.
Yeah, like every normal person.
Yeah.
But when I got rid of mine and I was on Scott, I just got messages for so long. Like,
Really?
Where's the Trek gone? What's happened to the Trek? And it's like, I've sold it.
Yeah, that's just why would I don't
think I am.
I don't need it.
Because you're supposed to do like Seth and like keep it around in your garage and then do something with it later.
Well, I've had a couple of people ask if I was going to do a giveaway, and I was like, I'm going to sell it for $3,000. That's what I'm going to do with it. I could use $3,000 right now.
Yeah,
so like,
it makes sense because it's not like you're like living off of.
I'm trying
as a YouTuber.
Exactly. That's just going to go back into the travel fund anyway. So it's like, it works out. I wish I could give it away, but hey, no.
You're not there yet.
No.
You'll be there at some point. Sweet. Oh, my Stoke of the week. I didn't get to tell you, which we kind of covered actually, which was the Sky Park thing. Like that actually put a nice warm feeling in my tummy.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, that is cool. That is cool.
Yeah. And it was Santa too. Like when Santa's good to you like that, it's nice.
Yeah, now you can go there and he knows you.
I didn't believe in Santa. Like I never believed in Santa, like as a kid, and now I believe in Santa. Like because I've met him. He's like a nice dude. He knows.
Paul, I wish you went there because this is real. Santa lives at Sky Park.
Yeah,
I've seen the stuff. It does look very fun.
The thing is,
with his whole family.
They say like he lives at the North Pole. The thing is there's a North Pole there. It's like the North Pole, not of the Earth. It's just like there's the pole that's the North Pole that's there.
Is that where the magnetic north has moved to now? Just David.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah,
I did kind of want to cover this. I was talking to the owner up there, and they're totally redoing Naughty or Nice, and the way he described it is it's basically going to be like a roller coaster. What's that? BCPOV just did that video. Was it BCPOV? And Yuka, one of the bike parks they went to up in BC, where there's like trails. There's like like the whole trail is like wood feature.
Oh, that's Kicking Horse.
Okay. Yeah.
It's one of Ryan's big videos as well. It's got like starts off with some big slab and it goes right into a wooden thing and then it's just wood and slab the whole way down. It's so cool. That is something I would love to go and ride. Yeah,
right.
Like that does look like a lot of fun.
Like we don't have the slab up there at Sky Park. The terrain isn't there, but they're gonna make that whole thing like wood. I understand, and they're still gonna do the green and black. But he said there's even going to be like blue lines. So you're just going to have like, craziness.
Cool. Hey, a little off topic, Paul, where you're at, what's the weather at? Where are you at in the winter right now? Are you still be able to ride? Or is this riding season?
Yeah, it's terrible out there.
Is it?
It's just like, we're all over the place. It's weird. Down here or up here?
Yeah, okay. Up here.
It's like summer, fall, winter. That's how it goes. It's just like
1 day, 1 week.
Yeah, there's no gradualness like chilling out. It's just like boom. And I think that's what's happened right now. So when I'm back in the UK, I think it's going to be a lot more. In the UK, it's like it'll probably be drizzly and cold, but very consistent like the whole time.
Yeah. And the trails there hold up to that pretty well, right? They're all kind of built for that.
Because the whole of the UK has this kind of layer of sand over it in most places. So you don't get like like that Greer place, I imagine is it fair to say it's clay, I'm gonna guess?
It's clay and sand.
Not so much, but there are areas here in SoCal that you cannot go for like 3 days out.
Yeah.
But like Greer's like literally like if it's like not too heavy or rain, the next day you can usually go ride it. It's actually kind of the best time, like the next day or two. Yeah.
Most places here you can't ride in the rain.
Right.
Oh, okay. It's better to
Mhm.
ride in the rain though, because as a
Not
biker,
here.
obviously it would probably do worse damage to the trails in most places.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It
you
just
have
ruins
more
them here.
you have more grip when it's raining, which
Mhm.
a lot of people get amazed by when they hear that
Yeah.
for the first
It's
time.
it's weird though. Like some of the terrain here, it gets like greasy. Like
Oh,
you just
greasy, yeah.
you just get like this layer like on top, and it'll just like you just have
Oh,
like
that's
no
the
grip.
worst. That's officially
Yeah.
the worst kind of like conditions to ride a bike in, when it's just
Yeah.
slippy and you're like, go away, I don't
Yeah.
like this.
And I don't know about Tony if you experience this, but I'm almost a little bit weirded out when I have grip.
Yeah, because we're so used to the conditions that are the opposite. I know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to
just
do
like,
with it either. I'm like, should I just like I brake automatically no matter what? Like
Well,
it's going to be a blowout.
there's
When I
trails
went-
like there's trails here that like I'm used, like I'd hit that turn knowing my back wheel is going to let loose,
Yeah.
and that's just how I ride it. And so when
Yeah.
it doesn't let loose, then I like am understeering because like you know what I mean.
Yeah, when I went to Paul's land, when I was in Squamish in Vancouver and I did Whistler, I totally readjusted my riding style and I got used to it after a couple of days. And I could feel like coming back here, it was like, oh, we have to switch my brain back around again, because everything was you could just dig into and trust the corners so much. And I don't know, like you rode down here, Paul. It's dusty and loose, but you just once you adjust, you get it. It's just the way
Yeah.
you think about the trails differently, right? Like cornering and things like that are just
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. It's all about it's always down to technique. But I suck in when it gets dusty. I think that's actually my least favorite condition at this point. Yeah.
Dusty.
Yeah. I just like I prefer it to be wet, I think. Like, because I can just accept it being wet at this point, and like the 3 hour cleanup afterwards. But like, I don't know, just I feel more like less comfortable if it's slidey because of dust or leaves. Does that make sense? Yeah.
We're gonna get our first rain this week. I want to say what in 8 months this weekend.
What?
It looks
because of all fires, of course.
Well, it just everything like we have such a dry summer here. It's just
you mean in the but you're talking about like down here, like just up like in Angeles Oaks, like they got like dumped on, like actually
really?
like actually like right before the fires. That's what was crazy. Like but anyway, but like in terms of like broader Southern California, we're gonna finally start getting rain.
Yeah, but I think would you say as far as down here, Southern California, not in the mountains, this weekend if we get rain, it'll be the first time in like 6 to 8 months.
It's crazy. If I was gonna Google what area of SoCal are you guys in?
I'm in Orange County.
Orange County.
So maybe it's not 8, maybe it's 6. I want to say it's springtime. Spring.
Is this as cold as it gets? Like 63 degrees.
It gets like really, really cold, like 50.
Okay,
like this week. This week
Fahrenheit to Celsius. 10 degrees. I think it's
gonna be snowing this weekend up the mountains.
Actually, but like that's the cool thing is like you just go up the mountain and then it's like
winter.
Then it's winter, you know.
This is what we've got coming up here.
Dang. Did you switch to Fahrenheit?
No. Celsius. Yeah, so that's why. That's what is coming. Winter is coming, and then this is where I am in the UK, like so.
Wow.
It's like
it's a little bit nicer.
Rain, whatever, but look, you can see it's like 10 degrees warmer, which is significant.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, when Eric and Yuka were here, we kept trying to talk temperatures. Like we just couldn't do it.
No, it's impossible. I like 70 degrees is like 21 degrees Celsius, right? Is that right?
I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Is perfect.
It's like the really nice temperature.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I tried, but it just doesn't make any sense.
So Evan is saying Sky Park on Friday beat the rain. I don't know about you, but my favorite time up at Sky Park is when it's like cold and wet and foggy up there because it's like.
Do you get muddy? Do you get that kind of foggy through the trees stuff?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Did you watch?
Nice.
Did you watch my last video, Paul?
I have not, Alan. And normally when people do this to me and I say, "Oh, did you watch my video?" and they're like, "Oh no, I'm really sorry." It's like, I'm sorry. Yeah, don't worry about it. And I'm sure you're the same. But yeah, it's I remember the thumbnail because I thought of Silent Hill when I saw that thumbnail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you watch it, nobody give it away. Paul, turn off the lights and turn the sound up really loud.
Turn off the lights. Bonnie Tyler song.
And then turn the sound up really loud.
Yeah. Hey, I have a question because I've just been reminded by your bike check video. Have you changed the brake pads yet?
No.
You got to change them.
They've been good. They've been okay. Like I only
rip
asked
them out. Rip them out, Alan.
Okay.
Throw them away.
And you want me to get sintered? You want me to get sintered?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. There's so much more power.
Mike Card, will you comment on if I should get resin pads or
Mike Card. Okay. God, he's put his phone number in the chat.
That's the shop's phone number.
Okay.
That's my shop.
Wow, bold move. Okay.
Yeah, Mike. Sorry that didn't show up for a bit. It got flagged, so I had to approve it. But we'll let Mike.
Okay, so is Mike the owner of your shop? Your local?
No, he's
shop?
one of the mechanics there.
Oh, okay.
It was Mike. It was Mike that was commenting.
Yeah, Mike Card. But I was gonna get Mike to comment on like. Okay, you can take a break. I was gonna ask Mike Card about like the sintered versus resin, but what about like sintered resin? Right, it's kind of in between.
Oh no, you don't need any of that. Like I just remember the first. I was always like organic. Yeah, they wear out faster, but they're better. And then I was in Worcester somewhere. Yeah, I know. I drag my brakes a lot, Mike. They seem to be fine. It's just the power. There's just so much more power. And with braking power comes confidence on the trail.
Do you feel like it makes a difference between SRAM or Shimano?
No. Both times you will probably get a benefit. You'll get more benefit by having Shimano brakes, obviously, because they're just better and more reliable.
Not sponsored
all the time. I am sponsored.
Sponsored, not sponsored.
Check out my headband that I got. I was going to get this.
Is that a Golf?
No, it's a Shimano one, but it's like a vintage sweatband. Alan's power's gone out, I think. Are you still there?
Yeah, I was using the old cam link, so I didn't get the power cord for my camera. So.
I found this on eBay, vintage Shimano sweatband.
That's
amazing. I was going to wear it for the Zwift live streams, but then like by the time this arrived, that had already gone as an opportunity. But no, like I have said, I will commit to this long term forever. Is even if I wasn't sponsored by Shimano, I would now be using Shimano products for life because they're just so much better. But that's me. Other people can own whatever they like.
What I jump into here, guys? What I miss?
Oh God, it's really, really contentious.
Oh, wait, wrong one. Somebody asked about tires. What kind of tires? Paul versus Tony. People don't care about my tires.
Tony.
Ching, ching.
I feel like you're a Maxxis guy. You're a Maxxis guy. Oh, what? No, yeah. Come back. This is weird. Awkward. I imagine Alan is a Maxxis guy, right? We'll guess that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you E13 guy?
No. They dropped me a year ago as well. Yeah. Just like a stone every time. But it's been fine. What if I think there's a lot of we're in a very lucky situation where there are a lot of good tires right now. I would only say even maybe 3 or 4 years ago, we were in a situation where there were not many good tires. But now somehow all of a sudden we are in a world of many good tires.
I keep hearing about the Michelin tires because
yeah, I've had those for the last year. They've been good.
That's what you're on, Michelin?
Well, yeah, not sponsored, but got given a lot of them for the year. but they're so hard to put on and off, like
Really?
big time.
Really?
Yeah, like I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. To be fair, like to be fair, they've. I mean, I have a few bikes, so I guess the wear's been spread out across them all. But I think they've held up. I haven't had a single puncture. Downhill tires are really good. Downhill tires are very good. But yeah, they've been okay. I've also just had some tenders in the post, or exclusive, I guess, it's happening right now. But
some what's in the post? Kendas?
Kendas, yeah.
Kendas,
They're good now. They're good now. Kenda.
Nice.
Kenda used to be terrible.
Kenda.
But then but now they've got good tires. Like, it's cool. It's great for everyone. What do you have,
good.
Tony? I'm talking too much.
I have a Assegai in the front and a DHR in the back right now. And I was riding the Aggressor not too long ago. That was fun too, and the loose stuff. I've been on Maxxis for a while. I don't know. It's like those things where I like them. So I'm just kind of like trying different tires within their group set.
Like, why would you guys try new tires? What would make you guys try a new tire?
The Assegai is
freeness,
super grip.
lack of cost.
What?
If somebody gave them to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is like because I get like a ambassador deal with the Path, so I'm gonna like basically run whatever the Path sells.
This is the shop?
Yeah, it's my shop.
Right.
So like I get really good deals there. So like I'm gonna grab whatever they have to offer. And like the only issue I've had at all with Maxxis is specifically with the Minion DHR that I feel like it just wears out pretty quickly.
I found that with a dissector.
Yeah. Like my Ask Some Guy like tire is like really solid. Like we did that like half a season, I guess, up at Snow Summit, and I've ridden a whole bunch of other stuff, and it's like fine. Like I feel like I'd probably
I just
go
started
over
riding
with
that. I have mine in the front though. You have yours in the rear, don't you?
No.
Yours in the front?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Super
DHR
grippy.
in the back. Yeah.
Thanks. We have the same tire setup right now.
It has saved me a number of times. Like I thought there was a couple of times where I thought I was going down, and I think it was like the intermediate knobs because it has like an extra set of teeth, like knobs, lugs or knobs, Anyway, it's got an extra lugs. Okay.
Tread, knobs. Yeah, tie knobs, isn't it? Yeah,
lugs. Whichever term gets more traction.
Oh, nice.
Here's it.
Intended pun? Maybe.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
No, nothing. I was just nothing.
I was going to say here's the topic. But the new bike I'm riding, I have never ridden 29s, and I'm now on a 29er.
Yes. The premium choice. The premium choice. The
choice, of course.
The just better choice, unless it's on a downhill bike.
I feel like before I would always say like a new bike check. This is why I like 27s, and it still remains true. But I feel like I had such a preconditioned thought of what 29s were going to be and feel like. It was this crazy built up thing where it's like you got to be tall and it's not going to be playful and all this stuff. And then I've been on them for a week, and I still feel like they're playful, but I have this extra confidence with it too, where if I mess up a little bit on being playful, the bike's just going to kind of take care of me anyway. Like I have this little extra confidence baggage in the back of my head that I didn't have with 27s. Like before I was like worried about the little things playing chess with, and now I'm like, we're just going to ride over that chessboard, and then we're going to worry about the big pieces down the trail, I never
Absolutely.
had analogies.
Yeah, no, you're completely correct. I'm not confused.
Yes.
I know exactly.
No, I'm not. I totally get it. It's just funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul,
What you're saying, Tony, is you're a queen.
Yes. Well, and a king at the same time. So
no, the queen. The queen is
a dual monarchist.
Yes. your non-gender specific
Yeah.
board game.
It's true. But on the
figure.
to completely change the subject before someone gets cancelled, is that I think on downhill bikes, like you can see in every racer,
Yeah.
most of them have got rid of the 29-inch on the back and just put 27.5, and they're like, yeah, this is sick. And I've tried that, and I concur with those people. That is it's such a sick combo on a downhill bike. To have the big wheel on the front, little wheel on the back. It's just like everything. Like it's got the big wheel, so if you encounter like a big compression or there's a big bump, it takes care of that. But in the turn, having the smaller wheel at the back, it doesn't stand the bike up as much, and you can kind of. That's the only way I describe it.
Have you tried it? Like, have you tried it like on a trail bike?
No, I don't think you'd need it. I know people that have tried it and then they've gone back to 29. It's just the annoying thing about having it on a downhill bike. It just keeps hitting you in the ass, and like, but I've never had that on my enduro bike at all. Only on the downhill bike, and it was really annoying. Yeah.
I did notice though, if you ask me what turns feel like, the pivot point is different on the 29 a little bit. But I'm able to like feel like I can mash it in a little bit quicker. Does that make sense? In a tight turn, snap out of it. Like
I don't know, Tony, but you're comparing like a 29er YT something to your Trek Remedy. That has like a totally also, but also has a totally different pivot system. like so that,
but I'm saying like the height. And if you think about this, so I rode a 27 version bike versus the 29 version I have right now, and they are completely riding. They're completely riding differently. The 29 version cockpit is squished up a little bit more in the cockpit. And
wait, what do you mean? Because you got when you're pedaling.
Yeah.
Right.
Even on the descent, the 27 version model felt more elongated, because the wheels are smaller, it felt a little bit more spread out. Like I was.
Yeah, but the treks are notorious for not having that steeper seat tube angle as well. That's the big deal as well. Like that's what people have been complaining at Trek for years. And even on the new one, it's like it still hasn't gone enough.
Oh, really?
Huh. Yeah. And plus, you got to think as well. If you look at your axle path, from the front axle to the rear axle, your bottom bracket is actually lower on a 29-inch wheel bike than on the 27.5, and that's why you get that kind of more in the bike kind of feeling as well when you're riding.
Yeah, that's what I noticed right away. One of the things that was drawn to it is like I got on it, it didn't feel that. I built this thing up and I got on it. I was like, it doesn't feel like that. I felt like in the bike still. I didn't feel like I was on top of it. I felt like
29ers are not what they used to be in a good way.
Yeah. I was surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to one for my next bike, but it's got to be the right one.
What would you get
if I got a 29er?
Yeah,
probably the Mega Tower. It's maybe a little too much bike though.
Yeah, that's I would. A lot of people have got that around here, and then they've got rid of them.
Yeah, and if it's that's like too much bike for them up there.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, then that would be definitely too much bike for me up here.
Yeah, that's definitely the one thing I did notice. Like around here, it's like, oh, sorry, you got a super chat. I'll shut up. Thanks, all caps boy. Sweet. I appreciate that.
Paul knows the rule.
This is always worth it. Nice.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yep.
No, go ahead. Some people have suggested like the high tower to me before, like Brad is suggesting the high tower.
That's Brad from Sky Park.
Oh, that Brad. Wait, which Brad?
That's it. Brad Laughlin. He's the Sky Park guy. He's my contact at Sky Park. He's the guy that knows all the stuff.
He's the guy that knows all the info.
I think he's the concept for your video. Brad,
is that you? Did you do that for me? That was awesome. Sorry, I got a mosquito I'm trying to kill here that I've been trying to kill for days. Oh, dang it, I almost had him.
It can't be the same one. They only live for a day, don't they? Right.
Those are flies.
Do you know have you seen the Octopus Teacher? You both.
No, I saw the previews. I want to see it. It looks really
Oh, on
good.
Netflix?
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
on my list. But I watch it.
Highly recommend that. Hey, let's just change the conversation. Sorry, Alan,
Yeah.
I'm hijacking. Have you
No,
seen the
it's
Queen? Have you seen the Queen's Gambit yet?
Yes.
No,
yes.
no. My wife
That's
told me to watch it.
High
so good.
level entertainment. I hope everyone watches that. It's so good.
I'm on
Paul,
like
I'm gonna
I'm
throw
on,
this
like,
one to you.
episode 4.
Oh, I could see. Alan, do you know the real benefit of being self-employed? When a good Netflix show comes on, you can clear your schedule. Crush.
Yeah, you can. You can make that. You can calendar move it this way. Yeah.
Like Minority Report. Just
I can't do it. I can't do it. Even when I was self-employed, I couldn't do it. Like I just couldn't
Really?
operate like that. It's like for me, like doing that is like just eating. Man, maybe you'll find this fine too, but it's just like eating a whole bag of like chips, like all in one sitting. And I just
you can do that as well. I do that as well.
It's
while you
amazing. It's amazing. But let's jump at this question here from Christopher Garcia, who asks: are wireless bike components more reliable than quote unquote normal bike components?
I don't know, but in all honesty, I'm not even kidding. When you ride Shimano gears and you pedal, when they're crunching through, but your pedaling is still smooth as butter, yeah, whatever. If Shimano come up with
No,
something
wait,
that's wireless,
that's all. That's not even with wireless, right? That's like just on the new.
yeah,
That's on the new cassettes,
it's
right?
so much better. I mean, if they were to ever come up with something wireless, as long as it did that same thing, then it's like great, cool,
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
Well, I have the dropper seat post. I have the Axis dropper seat post, and I really like it.
I was just watching Brian's video, and he talks that the batteries, something about you got to take the batteries out.
If you're traveling like he is, right,
Yeah.
where the battery will kind of like, because he's got it in his van, and he's driving like hundreds of miles. Like it'll sometimes like it'll turn the system on because it feels it moving. And it'll eat up your batteries. But however, like I never take the batteries out, and if you're just like if you're not doing a 50 state shred, and you're just like doing your local trails, you're like fine. And not only that, you take like I just have an extra battery that I have in my pack that's like fully charged, and I just check my battery before I go, and like every like maybe once a month. Like the light is orange instead of green, and I just switch it out.
Now, as a colorblind person, I am immediately realizing the risk that I have because I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the color of the lights. Like,
oh, really?
A perfect example. Okay, I think you can see this. This is my camera battery thing. I have no idea when these are charged or if they're depleted.
Really?
This looks like the same color.
Interesting.
Yeah, so this is the bane of my existence. It's just like this. What you guys probably think is like ultimate convenience. Actually, like, okay, just tell me. See, can you? Like, do you know what color these are?
Or green.
I'm so impressed. Like,
okay,
I'm so impressed.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes to impress people.
Yeah. And what color has it changed? Is that a different color?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah, that's red.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. So, and before we get into this next question about the electronics, I only found out 2 years ago that rainbows were actually all the 7 colors. I just thought that was like a science thing. Because I was like, I said to an ex-girlfriend, like, oh, isn't it weird how there's just a yellow and a blue stripe on rainbows? And she's like, no. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah.
How old were you when you figured it out?
It was 2 years ago, Tony.
Oh, that's it? Oh my god.
It was really recent. I couldn't put 2 and 2 together that my colorblindness meant that I can't see rainbows properly.
And it was the rainbow that helped you.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, if you had access, but you're Shimano, so you don't have access. So Mike Card offers this out to, I guess, anybody else who is colorblind and has access. You can use the Access app.
That little picture of him is not what he looks like anymore.
No.
That Mike, did you see that Mike thumbnail?
Mike
He
Card,
looks much more adult and
You
together.
look much more mature. Mike, you just look like you know that picture actually reminds me of your first when you signed up for Facebook the very first time, or MySpace.
Yeah, right.
Was it MySpace?
MySpace.
And what's his face was like
Yeah,
sitting at his
with
desk,
your
like, looking
with
back
your
at you.
with your buddy Tom.
Yeah, Tom. Right. I was like, who the fuck is Tom?
Yeah, he's everybody's friend.
Anyway, guys, we're at an hour and a half here. We're coming up at 90 minutes, so I'm gonna.
We're doing an all-nighter.
Yeah, we're gonna wait for the results to come in. Did you guys vote? Who did you vote for?
Can we talk
Let's
about
not
this?
go there.
I was so
No.
hoping we could talk about this. Please, I have so many questions.
So I really liked Remy Mateye's line. That's who I voted for.
I see what you're doing there, Alan. See what
I
you've done.
actually really, I would love. I'm sure everyone in your chat is just like pretty over it at this point.
Yeah,
But
I think
I would love to talk about it.
I feel like this was a break from that.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done it
for me.
That's kind of why I did it, because I wanted to close it down, because
Yeah,
it's been really nice that for the last 90 minutes I haven't refreshed my browser. I haven't like
as soon as we get off here,
anything.
I'm gonna be like, okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to like checking the news.
yeah.
I think that Dave Hare line was actually my favorite,
Okay.
because riding that North Shore, he's the dude that rode the North Shore stuff really fast.
Yeah.
Like that takes that, you can't just rock up and do that.
No,
You know?
yeah. It
That
helped
takes
watching. It helped watching like BCPOV and Yuka's videos on that, and I think like because I'd seen them try to ride it like that line. So like watching him ride it and just like the whole thing was pretty freaking crazy.
It's
when I watch
so fast.
Yeah,
Like it's nuts.
when I watch Remy stuff though, it's not, there's not a lot of mountain bike videos that I watch that make me pucker, and his stuff just makes me pucker.
No. Okay, I have all the respect for Remy in the world, but like I've seen a lot of these videos. It would be like if I showed you guys skate videos. You know what I mean? Even someone could be doing a double hill flip down a triple set of stairs, switch, and you're like, yeah, it's cool. But you're like, I've kind of seen something like
care.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of
maybe it's because I'm not in the PNW.
Yeah. But that's kind of why, like, when a Seminec edit comes out, it's so special because it's so much like next level.
Yeah.
But like in Remy's Shred It, you know, like, you know, the really good one that he did, like he can do that stuff over and over and over again. Some stunts he did it like 13 times. When you're looking at it, you're like, oh, this is like a one and done situation. But he will do it over and over, and like the craziest thing. He's done it.
He's a machine.
Times. Yeah, and it's very impressive. But
yeah,
and that's the same with Mark. Someone just mentioned Gons 01973 is just talk about Mark Matthews, and again, that's the kind of same thing. He's probably done that line 20 times, and then he's like chosen the best one. But like that Dave Hare one, it's like that is a nugget. You can see when he says at the beginning, he's like, "Hope I do it this time." Like how many times did he try and fail it? It must have been loads.
I gotta
but
watch
like to get that perfect North Shore speed run, it's like that. That's
Tony,
why I voted for him.
It helps if you go and watch like BC POV or Yuka's video on it.
Which line is it? Which trail?
Oh, I've seen. I'll copy it in. I'll go and find it.
I've seen all Eric's and Yuka's videos, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe I just don't know which one you're talking about.
Alex has ridden there as well. Jordan's ridden there. Nick with Van Can's ridden there. Yeah.
Which North Shore mountain is it?
Seymour. I've
ridden Seymour.
Yeah, I don't know what the trail's called. I don't really ride there. I don't enjoy riding. I'm so just like, and this is the kind of mountain biking I like at this point.
I will say North Shore was definitely coming from Southern California. It's fast, loose, and like rocky. My skill set was so bizarre. It was like a bizarro mountain bike experience, you know, like really slow like features, but they're all like that. But I wasn't used to like the crawling in some spots, and like sometimes it took a while to get down the trail just because you had to look at every single one. It's
Mhm.
not much of a complaint. It's just a different mind state of riding, you know?
It sucks. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be around the bush, Tony. It's
I was
so
going to ask you,
hard.
how come you don't ever go down to the North Shore? You're not that far. You're only like 40 minutes, right?
Yeah, because I'd rather go and ride Squamish around here because it's so much better. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I just don't have the, I'm at a point where I'm like, yeah, this is what I like doing. I'm just going to do this. I think
Yeah.
that's where I'm at with my biking. But I just posted
Yeah.
Dave's video in the chat. I think it's
Okay,
like,
cool.
Wait, can we watch it? Dave, oh yeah. Go on, Alan. Let's do a watch thing.
How do you do that?
You
If you
gotta,
open it, you can share the screen.
yeah, I can't get to the link. Oh, there it is. Okay. I got to go to the other one.
Where else? What was your favorite trail when you came up here, Tony?
Oh man, this is just going to be a blue one that I had so much fun. I did it like 3 times, half Nelson. I just had so much fun.
Yeah.
I just liked coming from the North Shore. I feel like when I got in that, I was like, "Ooh, we're going fast again."
You're like, oh, thank God. Yeah.
I was just like, it was. I mean, obviously, it's not like the rawest. It's a machine built trail, but it was just so fun. I had a perfect day. It was like a little bit of rain, and I just was like, I was like yearning for that type of ride. You know,
There
good,
you
nice
go.
slow trail.
There you go. There's never a wrong answer with whatever your favorite trail. Yeah, look at this stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Come on, Alan. Oh, that's not even the start, Alan. Let's just go back to the start. Or is it the start?
Oh my God.
Yeah. See, you've missed. Like, you can't hear the bit. But watch this. Oh, it's a freaking seesaw. Down I go. Quick endo turn. Like, did you see how fast he went onto that log? And this bit, like, this takes a lot of effort just to even ride. And he's
I would say the handlebar situation there.
and he's pinned going around it. Like this, it's the most like crazy thing. I think your internet's getting cooked. Wait, are you on 4K? You might be on 4K.
No, it's just like my computer's slow, so it's like having trouble like processing.
Okay, so this bit, you come up, and then like these 2 little like bums things to go over, and then he has to climb like up the skinny, which is insane. Is it? Yeah, here it is. What's this? Like he comes down.
Oh yeah.
And up the skinny. Like that's so
But then
fast.
there's a jump. He's got to get going, and then the gap jump.
Oh wow.
That jump probably isn't that far, but it's
who's just going on daily rides riding that though? Is that a thing? Or people just going on that trail like, yeah, after work ride, gonna go up the skinny?
Like,
there's like go arounds on all that stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But it's like to get it to that level is just it's crazy. But someone will probably choose Remy because he has a bigger.
You know what else? You know what else I liked when I went there? I did the shuttle run before Half Nelson, so I hit the other flow trail up top. I forgot the name of it.
Oh, Meadow of the Grizzly.
That one to Half Nelson. That was a great one, all the way down. A little bit of a pedal up the fire and then dip back in.
Yeah,
that was a great one. I think about that one quite a bit actually. That was a fun one.
Nice.
Nothing too gnarly, just a good ride.
Yeah, it will give you, and it's good to hit that one at the beginning of the season when the snow's just cleared because it's actually soft, and then you can just ride at the bottom of all the berms and everything, and it's actually way more fun because then it's just like a normal trail, and everyone just kind of skids it in, and then you're like, hey, we got another great trail. Woo!
That's awesome. I miss it.
It's good.
Nice. All right.
What do we got?
What do we got? We got nothing. That's the end.
Right.
Actually, Paul, hey, Tony has taken this exam. He has helped out with this exam.
I love being tested. I love being tested on anything.
It's a test, but it's you helping write a test. Okay. So mountain biking, which is the imaginary association that dispenses the license to be a mountain biker.
Yeah.
There's an exam, but we need you to write 3 questions that must be on this exam for potential mountain bikers. So please write those 3, tell us those 3 questions and give us the correct answers.
Do you own a digital tire pressure gauge? If the answer is no, then you failed.
Okay.
Fail the test.
Hmm.
That
Okay.
that would be my most important thing, I think,
Okay. Okay.
because no one knows. I would bet I could come with a $20 bill,
Mhm.
right? And I would say to him, I bet you don't know. It's like if they say that they squidge their tires, I was like, I will bet you $20 that you don't know what tire pressure you have, and I would bet 100 people that, and I would walk away with my original $20 and an extra $2,000. Yes,
I think you could be right on
$2,000.
that.
Yeah, like it's the most important thing. Like
Yeah.
I don't.
No, I
It's like,
agree with
if
that
you-
assessment. I
if you
agree
have
with
a
that
problem-
assessment.
If you have a problem with punches, you don't know what tire pressure you run. Like it's a direct correlation. I stopped
Okay.
getting punches when I started to be more of a dick about my tire
Okay.
pressure.
All right. Question
Yeah.
number 2.
Oh crap! There's nothing else. Question number 1.
It's
Yeah,
a
you
little.
got
Are
3.
you sure about
You got-
question number 1?
Well, it's a little unfair because I had time to think about this and come prepared. So you're on the spot right now with these 3.
I love it. I sincerely love being tested about anything. It's like I don't know what it is. Probably my condition of always wanting to please. That's probably it. I don't know what. It would be like, yeah. Have you? I don't know.
The thing is the way to answer it could be people have given questions where an essay
get a
is
license.
required. There's maybe some performance that has to be done. So there's
it's a test to get a license, so it can't be subjective. It has to be
Right.
definitive questions
Yes.
and answers. So I don't think it would.
I like
it
this.
would probably.
I like we're headed.
Yeah, I think it would be like, the answer. I don't know. It's like those are my honestly. I think digital tire pressure.
Tire pressure.
Can I give you like one that I thought was really great that Remy gave me?
Oh yeah, go on.
He said, which brake slows you down and which one stops you?
Oh, good question. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do things like this.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Should oh fuck. That's a good one. Yeah, that is a really good one. Oh bugger. I can't think of that. And all I can think it's like my brain has gone completely blank apart from which brake stops you and which slows you down.
This is such a good.
That's all I have in my brain on this big.
That's a good one, Paul. That's a really good one. We'll take that one.
Damn it! But Remy's already said that one. What else did he say? Like, seriously, what else did he say?
I don't remember. It had something like one of them was like had to do with like culture, like being cool on the trail, kind of thing. You know.
One of mine was knowing when you're on a turn,
Right.
which leg is extended. You know.
Yeah.
Now, Tony.
Subjective.
Uh-oh. No, come on, no,
Tony.
we're not going there.
Tony, you must not have watched my Casper Willie cornering video.
I'm gonna mute Paul right now.
That's how I learned it.
Casper Willie is the most. Casper Willie is probably one of the best people at cornering a mountain bike right now in the world. I'd say. I will put my head out there and say, there's not many people that are better at Casper at cornering.
Yeah.
And I'm just editing a follow-up video that still has more gold in it. And he's like, stop dropping your pedals. Pedals should just be level the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin Aiello said something pretty similar to that. So here's a question.
So before we move forward, this is new. I want to take this home with me. Okay. I do that on berms, but are you saying on not berm corners too?
Yeah, just all the time. Yeah, pretty sure all the time.
Right. Like even.
But then Cathro also
body separation.
Yeah, Ben Cathro also commented on said video that it's subjective, but Casper is the best at doing it. So I don't know. It's like
I'll play with them.
So
it's so hard though. In fact, part of this video is me trying to keep it level, and I just can't.
Yeah, so your body doesn't want to. Your body
will
like.
We'll bail you out.
Okay. Here, I'll help. Okay. Someone has just put trail etiquette, and I will be so like the thing is that there's a lot of like there needs to be more inclusivity in terms of riders' speed, and that needs to be from both sides. The people that are slower and the people that are faster. The people that are slower need to be more accepting and put their ego aside and be like, yeah, you're just slower. Like, that's like, I'm not, there's so many times where it's like, oh, I can't ride with you, I'm too slow.
Oh,
like,
but we need this in the form of a question.
So do it Jeopardy style.
Yeah, because you're writing the test. You're writing a question that's going to be on the exam.
Oh shit. Okay.
Should you?
I know. You're like typing it right now, aren't you?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how that would work.
Okay.
But people just need to be better about riding with each other. And okay, all right. If you're going down a trail and you have ridden the trail before, and the person you are with has not, should you stop regularly to assess the features and making sure everyone is having a good time? Because the answer is yes. Again, it's a yes or no answer.
I like it.
So I imagine that's like a big thing. I can't think. Like, what should I know?
All right. Here's one.
Oh, okay. I've got it.
Okay.
When you're going down a steep trail, where should your body weight be? Concerning the both of you are freezing on so much on this.
Centered on the bike.
Yeah, I'm gonna say centered on the bike.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because if you're too far back, you're gonna put too much weight.
Yeah.
What would that do?
Hey, Paul, am I going slow or fast?
No. Hey, no. We can't leave this. Tony, if you have the weight too far back, as you described it, you go, what does that mean?
Surfing.
Oh, I already know where you're going with it, Paul.
Okay.
I feel like I'm gonna be dirt surfing and putting too much weight in the back tire, where if I'm more centered, I'm gonna have distributed weight between them front and back evenly. But it also depends.
Are you using more front brake or back brake?
Oh, you're not using any brakes. It's about weight. Because Remy's already done the brake one. He's taken that away from me.
Wait, so are we going fast or slow down the hill?
Going at any speed. Doesn't matter.
Because if I'm braking, then my weight is going to shift depending on how much I'm braking. If I'm just rolling, like no brakes, then my weight's going to be centered.
Right. I would say, I don't think there's a definitively wrong answer for it, but you're quite right. I mean, the problem with having your weight over the back is that your front wheel is not weighted.
Right.
And if your front wheel is not weighted, then there's no way of you being able to steer.
Yeah.
And you're out of control.
And you're just like, you're not doing anything. It's just like, you do that. And that's why people fall over. Like if you watch a lot of crashes, it's because what they do is that they get too afraid of what's coming out in front of them. So human natural reaction is to push yourself away from that. And that's why people get over the back, because they're like, oh, I want to be away from the bad thing that's happening. But that will just compound things. But I would actually say that you want to have, I'm going to call it like this, okay? 50-50, but you should have 55% on the front. Does that make sense? So it's like 105% total. 55. Because you should be pushing on the front on your handlebars.
But it's 5% extra because it's an e-bike.
No, just because like you need to have it balanced, but you need to be putting extra force.
So here's my question. Is it a dropper seat post or is it a riser seat post?
It's a dropper seat post. You have riser handlebars, dropper seat post.
But what if it's mostly down all the time?
Alan's just trying to troll now. Alan's getting late in the podcast.
Yeah.
You see, Tony, I'm way too stuck in my ways to be trolled on something like this. I'm just like, no, it's
Mike Card will appreciate that. That's the joke that they have at the path that they call it.
Really?
They call it the riser seat post because like you should be going downhill mostly. All right, Paul.
Okay.
Tony. I really appreciate you guys coming on. This has been really rad, Paul. It was surprised to have you on.
Thank you. I completely procrastinated from doing the thing I was meant to, so this was perfect.
Yes, and we've all distracted
ourselves. I'm glad you put the time in there. It's good. I
do hope we get to hang out in the real world in the future.
100%.
Sure.
I am supportive of how it looks like the election results are going, and I feel a little bit safer coming down to America.
Yeah.
Well, you got
And,
you got open arms here next time you come
Yeah.
down. I know you're in Sedona and you probably had plans to do it last year, but maybe next year's
guys,
better.
I
I'm
totally
not
did.
even. I'm
My
not even
dream.
kidding. I was talking to my people at my work about our Canada office. I'm not even kidding. So
Hey,
That's rad.
it's pretty good up here. Do you know I don't even have to pay anything for healthcare now? We used to have to pay a monthly fee, but the local government just came in and got rid of it in January. Didn't even know. I only found out last month.
wow, crazy.
Whew.
Okay, so guys, really appreciate you guys being here. Everybody in the chat, I'm sorry we didn't get to more of your questions. Really appreciate you all
fault.
being here.
It's my fault. I'm sorry.
No,
My
no,
fault.
it was all good content. So everybody, hey Tony, there was like one thing that you wanted to tell everybody, right? There was like you were gonna like tell everybody like right now what your bike is.
Oh yeah, guys, listen to this. This is been saving this for this moment. Ready? And